Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my channel everybody. So I am working on those paper pumpkin alternatives for July 2024 kit called Painted Petals. Wait till you see. The box is just as lovely. I'm telling you, this is such a pretty box. You take a strip, you could just put that on there. Great gift box. I mean, it's lovely. By the way, these make the best shirt boxes for Christmas time, okay? T-shirt type shirt boxes, they fold up beautifully in this box and they make a great little present. I love using my boxes for Christmas. So this is a look at what you could have created if you created them as they were designed. 3 of this one, and this one. On the back, this QR code leads you to a video to show you how to make the cards as they were designed. This one leads you to the designs. Every celebration dies. I hope I got that one right this time. There we go. Let me show you. I haven't done this in a video or two, so let's see them. And I'm going to give you a heads up, guys. This card is going to be a figure it out card kind of deal here. It is inspired by a card I received from the lovely Miss Lori from Bellevue. And she saw the fold from Miss Terry Gaines. So anyways, this QR code leads you to those dies, a visual of everything in the kit and the coordinating colors, which I go through all the stuff you get in the kit, videos 1 through 5. After that, I don't. So here's a look at our stamp. So we have this flower. I'm so lucky to have you in my life. You're simply the best. Let's celebrate you. Friends like you make life beautiful. Not sure which one I'm using yet. And this little stamp. So let me show you the card she sent. So this is it. This is her first alternative, everybody. Yes, so give her some love out there. This is absolutely gorgeous. She did a fantastic job. It is a twist on that Z fold, right? I did a card. Oh my goodness, where? Okay, I got another card like this one. Hold on. I'm going to pull it off my board. All right, this is from Miss Joanne, sorry. So look at this one. See, same type of fold, right? Just this is a horizontal, this is vertical, same fold. And I've done this fold, but now we're going to do this one, which inspiration. So I can't resist, okay? I just can't wait to do this. So I'm going to change up some things on it. We're not going to copy this one. But anyway, so I want to let you know those. And what are we going to use? Well, oh, let me show you. So this is her. She did this really cool thing. Let's take this apart because she sent me this piece. This piece could go right here. So she die cut a piece here for the DSP, but if you could pop this up. This is the Countryside Corners dies, because I kept saying Countryside in, but they're Countryside Corners. So that, because you just want to make sure your message is hidden. So she sent me this in case I wanted to reuse the card, but I don't want to reuse the card. I want to keep it. If I reuse it, I can cut one to go in there. So she lovingly sent me that piece. So we're going to use this on the inside of our card. Forward to this one. Yes, we are. Hopefully I remember where it is. So what are we going to use? For our focal point, I need her card again. This being the focal point, right? We are going to use these little daisies. Now, when I fold this over, because when I cut this like this, you're going to see that it's going to be short, top and bottom. It would probably work with this style fold. This one. Yeah, see, you would get the whole thing. Do I change it up and do it that way? No, I'm going to keep with what I had in mind. I want to do this vertical version because I haven't done this before. So we are going to have a gap at the top and a gap at the bottom, or we'll just have a larger gap at the top, which we could do the sentiment. This is what I'm thinking. This is a thought process card that you're going to see how we get it done together. So just know that's what we're, so no notes on it yet until I get it all done. So we're using the envelope. I went in and in the Regal, this is retired now, like at least 2 years. 1, 2, yes. 2 years ago, this was the 6x6 designer series paper for their color collections. This is the Regals. This is Garden Green, which I'm sure it's one of the colors, maybe. If not, it's gonna work. No, Old Olive is, but I don't have any Old Olive left in the package. And I don't want Mossy Meadow, would be too difficult. So I know I don't have any. Oh, I do have Old Olive. Oh my goodness. I didn't see that before. So let's see which color we like. We're going with the Old Olive. Okay, so Garden Green's out, Old Olive's in. Yeah, that looks better. It's lighter. And then, of course, I brought in Bumblebee. Bumblebee is going to be our card base. Her card base is white, right? Our card base is going to be Bumblebee. So that's why we can't do that die cut, but we can use her die cut for our sentiment. So, shall we get started? So we are going to, I'm not going to use my, big guillotine. I'm going to use my paper trimmer. I'm going to show you something. So this is a full sheet of cardstock. We want our card base to be 5.5 by 8.5 scored at no scoring yet. 5.5 by 8.5. So if I go like this, I'm going to turn it portrait style. I am going to score it at 4.25. See that? Because this is going to be one of the folds. But this way, just showing you a little prep work. If you're cutting a piece of cardstock and you want to score it before you cut it in half. So portrait style, meaning where it's taller than it is wider. You are going to score at 4.25. So 1, 2, 3. That's my magic number. Good even pressure. So see, you got that score line here going down here. So now I'm going to turn it this way and I am going to cut it at 5.5. This is going to cut it in half. Now I have one card base that is scored already that I can put aside and use later. And this is the one we are going to use for our card. It's already scored at that 4.5 inch mark, but now we're going to score again. So this dark blade is our cutting blade. And I know the measurements because I wrote this down, but where I wrote them down to is a question. Where's my notebook? The notebook for Paper Pumpkin is missing. Yeah, I'm real. This is my life. I can't believe it. Feeling under my desk. Okay. I know I had the notebook and now I can't find it. So let me show you how I'm going to figure it out. So if you get a card, just something to show you. If you get a fun fold card in the mail and you want to figure out where to score it, grab a ruler. I need a new metal one, yes. So we're going to open it up here. You can see this. So I know from here, this is 1 3/4. So that's going to be my first score mark. Then I'm going to fold it like this. My second score mark is going to be at 3.25. So the first one is at 1 3/4. Let me write this on the back of here. So it is 5.5 by 8.5, right? Now we're going to score at 1 3/4. What did I say? 3 3/4, I believe. 3, yes. 3.25. And then at 4 1/4, which is this one's already been done. So that's how you can figure it out. So we need to start at 1 3/4, which is right there. Score. Do not cut. 1, 2, 3. Now 3 and 3, 3.25. Right here. 1, 2, and 3. So that's our fold. So 1 3/4, 3.25, and 4.25. We can put this away for the moment. Now we're going to crease. All of those with the bone folder, right? I like to score away from me. It's just kind of how I roll. Some people fold into them and crease. So you have this now. You have all of these almost going like this, right? So this one here, this is like a book fold, this piece here, that's going to get glued down there. So I'm going to fold it and crease it there. This is going to open all the way up, and this is going to come back. So I'm going to show you this again, just showing how you fold it. So originally, this is what we end up with if you kind of like go like this, right? So this is 1 3/4, 3 1/4, and 4 1/2. So to get the fold, you want to fold it in half. That might be easier. Fold all the way back on the 3 1/4 fold it back, score, okay, because that's going to get glued down. Open it all the way up again, and then this end flap here, the 1 3/4, fold it back. That is our card fold. Let me get a paper clip, because this piece here is going to be glued down upon itself, and this is going to be that opening mechanism, okay? So that's what we're working with. So since we said that, we are going to go ahead and get this glued down, and you can use tear tape, tape runners, seal plus, all that fun stuff. It is up to you. Me, I use liquid glue. I use different types of glue. I keep, I never remember to put in a label on my glue bottles at what glue I put in them. But I can tell you that I have a PVA glue, a tacky glue, the Tombow multi-purpose glue. I put in these little bottles. Hobby Lobby carries little bottles like this. They don't have the red lid. This one I know is from a company called Darice. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Darice. It is, I got it from Amazon. I bought like 2 different packages from Amazon. One was a Darice and one was something else. I don't even know if I have those other bottles because I keep giving them away. We're going to keep that out. So there is our basic fold. That's what we're going to work with. This is the opening part. We don't want anything on that. So this now is going to go aside right here. So next we're going to figure out what we need here and what we need here. So I can already tell you from looking at this, you see this is 1 inch. From here to here is 1 inch. So this strip needs to be 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4, because we're just going 1/4 of an inch. So this is an inch, go down 1/4 of an inch is 3/4, 5 1/2, go down 1/4 of an inch, it's 5 1/4. So we can do this on the guillotine. I can put my paper clip away. So our first cut is going to be a 1 inch, not 1 inch, but 3/4 of an inch. Oops. I want to, you got to figure out, do you put it just below, in front of the black line, or right on the line? I kind of like to be covering the line, and you want to do that consistently. If you start by covering the line, when you go to the next line to make your next cut, cover the line. However, 5 1/4 doesn't have a line. I just know that it's right. Actually, it's right there at the end of the white. So that's the 5 1/4. So 3/4 of an inch. I will have the measurements in the description, guys. So it's there. It's just, it's not done now. So that's that piece. Next, we need to measure. Ruler time. So from where we glued it shut, right, from here to there is 3 1/4. So we're going to go down 1/4 of an inch. So we're going to make a cut at 3 for our DSP to measure. And we already know that it needs to be at 5 1/4, which is right there. So this piece is going to go in here, and it's going to have that nice little border on it. Now, since we have so much DSP, we're going to go ahead and cut a piece for here. I'm just going to, because I have the extra DSP. See if I have enough. I don't need to do the back, but I do think I want to put a piece here. So how to figure that out? You measure it. So that is 1.5 inches. So I want a strip that's 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, because that's not going to work. 1/4 of an inch, or maybe not. We're going to have to wait and see, because I might need this to piece at the top and the bottom. So let's hold off on that. See, that's what I mean. This is a progress card. You get to see how I create something. So we're going to put these strips down because we know they need to go down. I almost thought about doing some corner rounding on them, but no, we're not going to go there. So the 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4 needs to take its place on the card base. And by the way, Lori, I don't know while you're watching this, if you notice, she wrote me a letter. She typed, well, printed it on a computer. And it says, I forgot to add the Wink of Stella. Would you add the Wink of Stella for me? And I did. I'll show you in a minute. I did. All right. See, look. You see the Wink of Stella. I love these. Those, I'm not sure if you could buy those, but I know they were from a paper pumpkin at one time. So there we have it. Our strip here. We have our piece from Lori that we're going to put in here. You could just cut a piece of paper to go here. Now, what I want to show you is, thank goodness she sponged it, because it was just fabulous. Do you see this? And over here, right? So over here, this piece is not attached, but it is larger than just this little panel. That's why it kind of looks a little funny maybe to you. Like, how are you going to cover that up to make it look centered? Well, this piece, let's measure it and show you how we get this measurement. So we're just going to measure. This is 2 3/4 by, of course, 5 1/2. So 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. And I want 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an extra piece of bumblebee to it, because I want, this envelope is really flimsy. I can't just put that there, and then the backing would not be right. So let me look if I have a scrap piece that would, or a card front piece would work. So measurement 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. This is already 5 1/2. And this is not bumblebee. This is crushed curry. But it's in the bumblebee container. But never fear. This is 4 inches. We need it to be 5 1/2. So we need the cutter. That is bumblebee. So we need it to be 5 1/2. We will just cut here. And then turn it and cut it 2 3/4, which is right there. So this is our layer for our focal point. See that? That's what that is. So this, now you get to put this on and you line it up with this edge, and then it should be center. So let's do that. It's easier for me to put it on this piece because then I won't have excess glue. Little squiggles. I don't know why, but it tends to come out better when you squiggle it. I don't know why. I like doing the X, but that little bottle needs to be squiggled. Squiggly, squiggly, wiggly. All right, so I'm just using my fingers to make sure it's flush. You can use the tabletop. I'm gonna stick this inside and give it a little rub down. I can also do it down there. And we should have the beginnings of this card coming together. Yes, I'm just checking to make sure I don't have any excess glue or if it needs more glue. There's our center panel. Now we're going to cut our envelope to fit in here, and that's why you're going to see that we are going to have a gap here and here, and you're going to see that even more once we get it cut down. So our envelope, this is the width, this is the height of our this layer, right? So this one, no, this is height, this is width. I made a mistake. So I know that this piece needs to be cut to 2.5 because I'm just taking it down 1/4 inch. That's why it all looks like it goes together, because we're consistent with, if you take it down 1/8 inch, you can take it down to 1/4 inch, but we're doing all 1/4 inches on this card. So let's cut our envelope apart. Flap first. Sometimes I worry I confuse people. Flap first. Now we're going to turn it over because I want this straight edge, which is just how I do it. Cut off a hair. We're going to turn it again, and I'm going to turn it this way now. And I'm going to take just the slightest bit off. That is going to open my envelope for me. So you can see this one's a little bit more, it happens. It's not always perfect. I don't think I would try to be perfect at cutting it apart. So now I'm going to cut the bottom off. These, we could use some of that if we wanted to, but I don't know if we are. So now this is where we're going to cut this to 2.5 inches. I'm not going to cut any off the height, that I will tell you what it is. So 2.5 is right here, and I want to cover up my line. So what is it that it is now? It is 4 3/8. 4 3/8. So I'll write that down by 4, and I have the hiccups, 4 3/8. And this is my envelope piece. And this is our focal point of the card. Now, you could use this piece to put in there, or you could have used the flap, turn it over, and make it rectangular and make it fit in there, and that would give you your writing space. But I want to use the piece that Lori had sent me. So this is going to go just like that. So this is where we determine, do we make it down here? Then where's that little piece? I could put this across the top. That's really nice, actually. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to piece this here, and then I can put my sentiment strip across there. But we're going to stamp. See how this has this wide open spaces? We're going to stamp, and what do we want to stamp with? Do I want to go? I think we're going to go Old Olive, which is already out. And the itty bitty background stamp is not. Alrighty. It's being sneaky, or I've missed. No. It's, guys, it was literally like right there. Right there. Oh, sometimes I just cannot always get it. Sometimes. So let's move this aside. Bring this in. And we're going to do our testing, right? So 1, we're looking at the ink. I'm going to show you in a minute. That's 2. This is 3. So this is first generation, second generation, third generation. I am going to go with this one. So each time I go to stamp on the paper, I'm going to go with, it'll be stamped the 3rd time. So I'm going to show you. So ready? 1, 2, now I'm going to stamp, because I don't want it to overpower the card. So 1, 2, and I'm not going to stamp on that anymore, because sometimes you can pick up the ink. So I'm going to stamp, stamp, and then stamp, stamp, stamp. See, it got a little dark there. 1, 2, 3. Now, without restamping, I'm going to stamp over the image, trying to get in those spots. And that, hopefully you guys can see that little bit of ink there. It could be a little darker right there. So stamp. I'm going to just hold it down more. There. Now, we can sponge around it like she did. I'm just going to do the focal point. I'm looking for the old olive sponge dauber. I'm not going to do the whole card because I like that bright yellow. Just kind of softens that edge. I mean, most of the time I don't, well, I can't say, I didn't watch a paper pumpkin video, so that's okay that I did this card, because I didn't watch a video. There we have it. So you could stamp your sentiment here. We could just stamp it there, but I'm looking to see which one of these I don't, let's celebrate you. That would fit really nicely there, but it's not the thing I want. I'm going to see this one. I'm not even sure if it goes. It has to go that way. Let's see. I'll bring that to there. Okay, I'm going to go with this one just because I want that saying. That's the one I want. So, actually, it does go this way, which is better. All right, and we're going to stamp this in Old Olive full strength. If I could see it, and I would like my stamp in Pierce Matte, but no. Ink it up again because we want to make sure the ink is good. Oh, little TT snoring. She's in her little donut bed. Now we are going to sponge around this. Oh, I already know what I'm going to stamp on the inside now. You're simply the best. Okay. Something fell on the back porch and scared my aunt's dog, Bella. You're all right. Go lay down. Go lay down. You're fine. Don't know what, or a bird landed on the tin roof on the back porch, something like that. All right, so this piece needs to be the same as this piece, okay, to make it look uniform. So this needs to be cut at 2.5. Just covering the black line. Now, I think we're going to pop this up and this up using some of that fun foam. I showed you, where's the fun foam at? Because we have, I know it's like, well, there's no white, but we could use either the yellow or the green. Let's go with the yellow behind there. So we're going to cut a piece that is, what is this? This is 3/4 of an inch. It is. We're going to cut a piece shy of each of these. So first one we're going to cut is 2.5. So we're going to go a 1/16 of an inch shorter. So this is 2.5. So there's that 1/16 of an inch. I just want it shorter by that much. And then it is 4 3/8. So 1, 2, 3. That's the measurement of this piece. We're going to come back a 1/16 of an inch and cut. And now this is going to go on here like so, ever just slightly less than this piece because it's already cut to the right. I think it is anyway. So this is 3/4 of an inch. I'm coming back a 1/16 of an inch. And this should be the right measurement for that. Sherry, you might want some of your fun foam back. She might have more, but she might want some back, which I'd gladly give her. So we are going to show her that you can put things that, guys, I wouldn't have gone out and bought fun foam, okay? Not on my own, not for this purpose anyways, but I can use it. I can show you what you can do with it if you have it. So we're going to wiggle that in place. We're going to get this one glued on. Dot, 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 x, 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 dot, 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 dot. All right, on to this piece. I mean, some of you may not have any fun foam, and that's okay. It's just, it was given to me, and I want to put it to use. There's no sense in me throwing it in a drawer. So I'm going to keep it out and use it in little gnats or whatever you are. So, oh, so much nicer. That is really, really nice. So now we want to glue this down, and you want it to line up as close as you can to these lines. And this fun foam is thinner than the dimensionals. I should hold up a piece and show you that in a second. At least I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it is. Well, I'm going to do a test because I want to know. Oh no, look what I did. It's the wrong piece. It's a good thing I didn't cut that, because now we're going to cover that up, because yeah, that is not going to work. I did not realize I even did that, guys. You guys probably did. Let me know if you noticed I did that. Please let me know. So we are going to cut this to 4, because it doesn't matter. It's got to be, no, we're going to cut 3/4 of an inch all the way on the black by 4 and, no, by 2.5, right? 2.5. Maybe I can use some of that on the envelope. We'll have to see. Let's see. Did I get it right? I did. Just, how many of you noticed that I had glued this down? Please let me know how many of you guys saw that. It happens. It does. So we won't be adding that piece back here now, will we? No, because it works better right there. It just does. It just does. We could also go like that, but I kind of want it right there. I don't kind of want it there. I do. So we're going to get the strip, that piece, the die cut that Miss Lori gave us. Now, oh, so pretty. All right, because it's on the back of this. And this, by the way, is mint tape, low tack tape. See how pretty that's going to be? That is going to go in here. And now that I'm seeing it, I don't want it. I want rectangular. So this will have to wait. That's so sad, because I was so excited about using it, but no, that's not going to work. So let's get that envelope piece, or yes. So we could use this piece, but I don't think so, because I could use that green bit on a card. We're going to use this envelope, part of the envelope. So we want a piece that is right about there, which is, hold on, you guys can't see yet. So this is like, we want a piece that's at least 2.5, and then we're going to check it. And then I'll have to write it down. So we're going to start with two, what did I say, 2.5. I'm going to go a little over because I'm going to turn and cut it because this little edge here I don't like. So we're going to start with 2.5. And I know it needs to be, if this is at 5.25, this needs to be at 5. But I want to try to cut off this part of the envelope. So we're going to do that first. Oh yeah, we got plenty to do that with. Now we can turn it and cut it to 5. That's a great use of this. Now, let's put it in here and see if we need to cut it more. See, we do. We need to come back like another 1/4 inch. So 2.25, my measurement sheet, right? So for the inside, the back of the envelope is 2.25 by 5. If it isn't, we'll just change it. 2.25. Let's test. Right. Oh, I would have to scoot it over that little bit, but I really want that frame in there. So guess what? We're going to take it down to 2. Or we could do 2.125. I think 2.125 would really work. Leave us more room to write. 2.125 it is. So cross this out. Not cross it out. We just make that 2.125. If you're uncomfortable with the 8s and stuff like that, just make it 2 inches. Don't fuss over all that. But we are going to stamp on this with our itty bitty backgrounds in Old Olive. If I can figure out where that went to, of course. Oh. We are going to sponge it. And I need that pen because I'm worried about getting goobers in my glue bottle. Old Olive. We're going to sponge. We're going to use the sentiment Simply the Best. You're simply the best on this one because it's small. I think it will go really well. And we're going to add, of course, we're going to do this, some speckles. So 1, 2, and we're just going to go at an angle there. 1, 2, and a bit of an angle there. And then You're simply the best. Done. Except we need to do the envelope, so I'm not closing that up, but let's put this in its spot. That's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Trying to figure out, okay, besides folding my daughter's laundry, what am I going to do today when it gets really hot in the house? I already finished one book I got from the library. That took altogether, probably 4 hours. I stayed up till 1:40 in the morning to finish it, and then I promptly took it back to the library. I thank them because they have this section at the library for new releases that they got, new books they got. And I love going into that section because it's not like I have to look through the entire library, and I just look at something that's interesting. And covers of books do make a difference because it is the cover that grabbed my attention. The book was called A Death at a Scottish Wedding, which, guys, usually I can figure out a book pretty quick, right? Especially a murder mystery. This one, I kind of had an idea. You know, I changed my ideas as the book went on. So it was really well done. And when it came to the very end, you realize that it was not three murderers. I mean, one murderer. It was originally 3 people who were looking to harm a guest, actually the bride and groom, the bride, at this wedding. The first murdered person was one of the 3 people murdered by their own other 2. It was twisty, and it was a short book, but it was fun. It was a good mystery read. And I normally don't go for murder mysteries. But like I said, oh, this is it's not my envelopes. It just, the cover struck me, the name struck me. I really liked the dynamics of the people in there. There was a tight little group of friends that had me. Yes, it was just really, really well done. I was very, 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 very happy reading it. So let's do our envelope. So do we try to be different? I didn't use any of this on our card, but you see it has those slashes. So maybe we do like here in Old Olive, just to try to be a little different. So I'm going to go here, here, and there. Oh, then we're going to have to finish that one. We could go another strip because look, we can fix it as far as we, oh, see, I rocked it. Or I didn't ink it up all the way. There's that. And then we're going to do 2 in this corner. Why? Because we can. Just trying to do a little something different. And I really think what I want to do is do something in this corner. So we need to put it in this. And I'm debating, we're going to have to open this up a little bit. Go like this. That didn't work. Okay, let's try again. We want that all the way there. I want to be able to stamp off on here because we're going to go in this corner. So we're going to go here, here, and there. So now let's look at our envelope. Interesting, right? A little interesting. We could add the flower, then like right in the center. I think we're going to get this little one on there. I know the stamp is going to go there. Yes, I do know this is going to go there. So this one is going to get that bit. And then we'll put, what have we not used? Friends like you make life beautiful. We're going to put that in the center, but I'm going to make sure it's inked up properly, hopefully. And then, yeah, we're going to not spritz it. We're going to sprinkle it with the itty bitty backgrounds. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. We're going to go all the way across the back because why? Why are we going to do that? Because we can, guys. Oh, I do like that now. And over here, because I got ink, might as well just go all the way across the bottom and up the sides. Why not? We're playing, having a good time. That's what card making is all about. It is about enjoying the creativity and your finished project. I hope that all of you experience joy while you're creating. I think that's part of why I love it so much. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I do now, because I share it with you guys in your responses. Your feedback is absolutely just fantastic. It warms my heart. It brings me such joy. I love sharing with all of you. So do we want to add, it really could use like 1, 2, and 3 little embellishments, and I have 5 left. So guess what? We're going to use 5. Then I'm all out of the ones that came in the kit. I don't always use all the elements like this that come in the kit. So I do want 1, 2, but we need to find 5. So 1, 2, 3. 3 is so good. But I'm going to use all 5. I just am. And this one I can tell is in the wrong place. So there's trying to figure out my placement here. Right there. And this one, please let me move you. If I have to give you another glue dot, I will. I don't know. Nope. 5 is not going to cut it, guys. That just is off. So we're going to move this one over here. So we have 3 now. 1, 2, 3. 5 just wouldn't work. However, I could put the other ones. We're going to stick them on the inside of the card. So 1. Ha! We used them. They're done. They've been used. There we go. So, Lori, thank you for inspiring me and sharing with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to show you both versions of, I'm going to show you Lori's, who she was inspired by Terry Gaines. This one is the vertical version of this card, right? And this one, the one Lori said, it's great, it's fabulous, and this is the one we created. So there are different, I'm just going to turn it this way, so hopefully, oh, it doesn't matter, it's in camera view. So there you go, guys. I thank you so much for allowing me to come into your home and create and share what I love with you. As always, I'm going to tell you that it is your likes and your comments that keep me coming back. If you want to help me out, please subscribe if you're not subscribed. I understand, though, if you don't want to, that's okay, too. I still would like you to come back and visit me in my Wonderland. So thanks for everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.